Alright, so this is a correction to Cook Fashion Bear's earlier question about how to find the absolute min and max of this function between this interval. And what I did is I went ahead and graphed it, and it looks something like this, where basically the minimum is somewhere right here, and then the maximum is definitely just at your 5. And so I'm going to do the maximum right over here real quick. All you have to do is you take this number and plug it in for t. So let me, my pen's acting funny. So plug that into t and you should be good. Alright, so let's just do that right now. So you got f of 5, and we'll call this max, is equal to 5 minus the cube root of 5. And that should be your maximum value. You can also try the lower one. Say if you don't want to graph it, you can put the lower one in there and see what value you get. And test these on your calculator, see what the decimal answer is, so that you know, sometimes you can't interpret, how big that number is. This is obviously greater than 1. So you can tell that it is on the higher side. And then this one, it's going to be, alright, so it's going to be -1 minus that should be -1 min. Sorry, put in -1 for the minimum. So -1 minus the cube root of -1. So the cube root of -1 is -1. Yeah, -1 times -1 is okay. So that's going to be -1 minus 1, so it's +1. So it should be actually at 0. So that's 0. So that's definitely not the minimum. The minimum is going to be the part where you have to find the derivative and set it equal to 0. Alright, so here we go. I'll try to get through this quick. So our derivative is going to be, so when you have a constant, it's just going to be 1. So think of this as t to the 1, and if you're using power rule, you multiply by the exponent. So you got 1 times t, and then you got 1, and the new power is 1 minus 1. Well, then that's going to be 1t to the 0. Well, what's t to the 0? It's 1. So that just becomes 1. And then you got minus t to the 1/3. Take 1 off of there, multiply 1/3 in the front. So I'm going to have 1 minus 1/3 t to the -2/3. Okay? And then, so that equals f prime of x. And so that equals, needs to be set equal to 0 to find the minimum. And I already looked, this is going to be for finding the minimum. Alright, and the way you would know using your calculator is plug these in and see what values you get. So, you get some positive number for this one, you get 0 for that one, and then for this one, you'll end up getting a negative number out. So, let's see. Alright, so set it equals 0. So we got -1/3 t to the -2/3 is equal to -1. And then I'm going to times by -3 on both sides. So now I have, -3. And then, so I'm going to have t to the -2/3 equals 3. And then now I'm going to I'm going to make this positive and then make this 1/3. So, and you can do that. It's just like it's like flipping. 2/3 equals 1/3. Right? And so this is where I messed up last time. I think I did the opposite of what I should have done. But anyways, I'm going to go t equals, so I need to raise this to the 3/2. And so that makes it 1. Alright? And so this needs to be to the 3/2 as well. And so that is 1 over 1 over so 3 to the third is 27. So let's do so 3 to the third is 27. So and then square root. So it's the square root of 27. Okay. Now that you have that, that's what the minimum is for t. And the reason why I have no plus and minus when I take the square root is because it was a cube before. No matter what you put in for t, it's going to come out as the same side. If you put -1 in there, so -1 squared is, well, no matter what you put in there, it's going to be positive. So there's no negative side to this. All right. So take this, plug it back into the equation, so and then you'll have your minimum. So you got f of 1 over the square root of 27 is equal to, let's see, 1 over the square root of 27 minus the cube root of 1 over 27. So remember with cube roots, it doesn't really matter where it's positioned, so you can put the cube root inside of there. And so what's the cube root of 27? It's 3. So you got, so this looks also like this, 1 over the cube root of 27 square root. And so that's the same as 1 over the cube root of 27 is 3, so you got the 1 over the square root of 3, and then you go minus 1, and so square root, so that's 1 over 3 square roots of 3. You simplify that, and then so you got 1 minus 3 over square root of 3 minus 1 over 3, so then I'm going to go multiple 3 over 3, and then equals f of 1 over square root of 27. This is going to be the real min. And so you get, and once you combine those, so then you got negative 2 over 3 square roots of 3. Okay. So this is your maximum. And this is your minimum.